As folks connect, tapping back in, man, I'm speaking on the situation with Quando Rondo being locked up. And he was indicted by Chatham County grand jury, man, on charges for violating the Street Gang Terrorism Act. The same charges that Thug and them got locked up on, to where they gonna bring all these other guys into the situation. And the situation gonna get real tricky because people gonna start thinking for themselves. People gonna start thinking about their own families, their own kids, and at that point, they ain't gonna really give two cares about Quando Rondo and what go on with his situation. And that's the thing we gotta be mindful of out here when we talking about dealing with people getting into the wrong type of situation, because it ain't no street code, man. It's every man for himself, and we just gotta realize that, man. And another thing, Quando Rondo was locked up for conspiracy to violate the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. And they saying in April, Quando Rondo instructed a co-conspirator to negotiate marijuana prices with another co-conspirator's father. So one of his homeboys, you know what I'm saying, he got the drug deal situation going on with their person's father. So that's where they connecting this as to being an indictment with multiple people, man, because maybe some of the people they sold something to sold it to somebody else, and then they just bring it all together like that. Even if you could have just been selling that person something, and when they really want you, man, they'll break it down to make it like y'all was a team. We have what they charged them with. We don't have the underlying facts. But you know how the police get, man. They once they get enough to charge you with, they go on it and they let the jury decide the rest. But most of all, they really hoping you take a plea in the situation once they show you some of the facts and the stuff that they have on you, man. So I hope Quando Rondo really is prepared for whatever he got to do as far as the defense for himself, and that they really ain't got as much on him that can really hold him. But then also they got on June the 4th, Quando Rondo and other co-conspirators traveled to Macon, Georgia to actually purchase the marijuana. And the indictment also states Quando was managing the Rolling 60s gang. And that's a hard one to believe with the situation went on when WAC 100 and them was speaking up on it. Brick Baby and them was speaking on it. A lot of stuff came out. You know, Lil Pop got knocked off after all that went on. But there was a lot of things speaking on. If you're not from out there, they really don't respect your crippin' or your blood, whatever you claim to be. If you claiming the street from Cali, they don't respect you because you didn't actually grow up in that environment. So they don't consider themselves your real homeboy. But maybe Quando Rondo just had his own little branch going on in the town where he from, Savannah, Georgia. And as we can see, you know what I'm saying, the people in Texas, they got their thing going. California don't respect a lot of this stuff because in other states, people just really thought Crips was Crips. And now that we got the internet and everything getting more detailed, we really finding out that it's more separated and divided than we would have ever really thought. But you know, they saying Quando Rondo directed the guys to not carry firearms around him, which that was a smart move because all the things Quando Rondo going through, he already kind of peeping game that they're going to try to put these gun charges on the main person. Even if you in the car and you got your homeboys in there, they're going to target their charge at the top dog celebrity most of the time. Because when these other people taking these charges for these people, why are they not able to take these charges right there on site to where Quando boosted people like this not being booked? You know what I'm saying? Because we can see, you know, the state had their little charge with boosted, but for some reason, you had some fool that recorded the firearm on the smaller boosted back, but his shirt raised up over the firearm. And these people looking at this internet so hard and watching these people lives and stuff like that, that man, you really can't get away because you gotta understand it's some people's job that they getting paid yearly to investigate these rappers, man, to really pay attention to every detail of their life, every rap lyric, every time they move, they watching with a microscope on these guys. But they said Quando Rondo guys, what they got factual is that they traffic 4 grams of coke, 20 grams of M30 hydrocodone pills, and 28 grams of fentanyl. And man, that don't even seem like it's enough of a charge to really charge no 18 different people, man. But like I say, the plot always thicken when you talking about the law. They always gonna hit you with a blow that you don't even know where it's coming from. So with Quando Rondo going through this situation, man, it's just like they already had their target on his back. Quando Rondo already had certain problems going on in his hometown of Savannah, Georgia. So, you know, he a well-known figure. So a lot of things he really ain't gonna be able to get away with. They really gonna be watching him, because you gotta realize too, Savannah is not as big as Atlanta to where you can hide in these little pockets and stuff like that. Savannah is a smaller town. So the microscope is most definitely more on you, and it's more easily to be detected. You know what I'm saying? Your homeboys getting in trouble. The other guys that you in these drug conspiracy charges with, they may be getting in trouble. So you never know how did this come down on Quando. We never know if a person snitched. We never know if it's just from the surveillance. We never know if it's even legal surveillance or illegal. But for them to have Quando Rondo caught up on his cell phone, but they also got him up on taking his trip, it just really kind of seemed like it got to be somebody close to him or somebody involved with getting the marijuana, distributing the marijuana, or whoever selling it to him. So you just gotta be mindful of what you're doing, man. Understand, man, that the streets is dead, man, and that we gotta figure out a better way to get our finances, man, better way to take care of our families. And these rappers gotta realize, man, that lifestyle as a whole really putting your family in danger, because look at what happened to Lil Paul, man. From him being with Quando Rondo, they shooting a truck up trying to get Quando, but at the end of the day, an innocent person got killed. He innocent to that situation, but he guilty by association. That situation with Lil Tim out, it didn't make it no better with King Von, because it brought a lot of negative attention at Quando. And when I'm looking at Quando Rondo getting out here trafficking these drugs, selling these drugs, he probably was in a position where he felt like his back was against the wall, because he can't get shows and perform at these shows like he once had, because of some of these crazy fans. He don't know who might come at him, because everywhere he going, different people is at him. Different people siding with Dirk. Different people love King Von. But just got to do better, man, because it really make it look like these rappers really ain't getting no money, man. It look like it look good for the TV, look good for the camera and these videos and different stuff like that. But it really, honestly, it don't look like they getting no money, because it look like you'll be able to denounce the streets once you get that rap money. But the more we gain knowledge and the more we get understanding of what's really going on in the game, a lot of these guys getting bad contracts. A lot of these guys ain't really making no money off these songs they putting out. It's hot music, these hot songs, but they really ain't getting paid off of them, because it's too many hands in the pot. But in every situation, you just see people losing their life. You just see people going to jail, or family members getting hurt, friends losing their life. Man, is it really worth it, man? When you look at the bottom line, it's not really worth it, because now Quando Rondo possibly got to lay down for a couple years. He got to try to reroute and hope he get out and still have a career going on. But when you look at the money you lose sitting down 5 or 10 years, a lot of people be behind bars, man, or rather be free with nothing than in jail balling.